Imagine walking into your favorite coffee shop, and it's completely deserted.
Yeah.
No lines, no baristas, no smell of fresh brewed coffee.
Just you.
It's kind of eerie, right?
Yeah,
That's what a ranking drop can feel like for a business online.
absolutely.
You're used to seeing traffic, customers, engagement, and then poof,
It's gone.
your online presence takes a nosedive,
Yeah.
and it can be incredibly unnerving.
You're right. It's a major source of anxiety for a lot of businesses, and that's exactly why we're diving deep into this today.
Exactly.
Understanding why rankings fluctuate is really crucial for anyone with an online presence, really for anyone with a business.
And we're not just going to talk about we're going to break down the how.
Yeah, the why.
We're taking a data-driven approach today so we can understand what causes these ranking drops.
Right.
And more importantly, how to recover from them.
Absolutely.
Let's face it can feel like Google's playing some kind of secret game sometimes, right?
Oh, it definitely can.
Like they're constantly changing the rules.
You think you've got it figured out, and then all of a sudden something shifts and you're left scratching your head.
Totally.
But the reality is there is a logic behind it.
Yeah.
And it's all about understanding how Google's algorithms work.
Right.
Remember, their ultimate goal is to connect users with the most relevant and helpful results.
Yeah.
It's like a giant puzzle.
Yeah.
There are so many pieces that contribute to where your site actually lands in those search results.
So it's not just about like one magic keyword or one trick.
No, not at all. It's a much bigger picture.
And you mentioned Google patents earlier. Those sound super technical.
They are a bit technical, but they really shed light on how these algorithms work.
Can you give us like a quick breakdown of how those patents connect to ranking?
Sure. One of them is called the Search Result Ranking Adjustment Patent.
Okay.
This one's fascinating because it illustrates how Google adapts to user behavior and website updates.
Okay.
So essentially, Google is always trying to find the freshest, most accurate information. So if they see users are clicking on a particular result more often or spending more time on a certain page that tells them something.
Yeah, like, hey, this is probably a good result.
Exactly. And if they see the opposite, if people are bouncing right off a site or not clicking through, it's a signal that maybe that result isn't as relevant as they thought.
So even if a site ranks high initially, if people aren't engaging, Google will notice and adjust the ranking.
Absolutely. It's a constant feedback loop. And the other patent, search engine results personalization, that's a really interesting one too.
What does that one tell us?
Well, it highlights how your location, your search history, even the time of day can influence what you see in the search results.
Really? So everyone's basically seeing a customized version of Google.
In a way, yes. This personalization makes the ranking game even more complex.
Wow. So it's not just about what you do on your website. It's also about who's searching and when and where they're searching from.
You got it. And that's why we always say you need to think from the user's perspective.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
What are they searching for? What are their expectations?
Right.
If you can align your content and your website with those needs, you're much more likely to rank well.
So let's say you've noticed a drop in your rankings.
Yeah.
Where do you even begin to figure out what went wrong?
It's like detective work, really. You need to investigate both internally and externally.
Okay. So like look inside and outside your business.
Exactly. So first, look at your competitors.
Okay.
What are they doing differently?
Yeah. Have they improved their content, their website?
Have they stepped up their local SEO game?
It's like you're in a race and someone suddenly pulled ahead of you.
Right. You got to figure out what their strategy is.
So competitor analysis is like step one.
It's a great place to start.
Okay. What about internally?
That's where the website audit comes in.
Okay.
This is where you take a really hard look at your own website.
Yeah.
Are there any technical issues that could be hindering performance?
Like what kind of technical issues?
Well, things like slow loading times broken links, or maybe your site isn't mobile friendly.
That's important these days.
Huge. And beyond the technical stuff, is your content up to date?
Yeah.
Is it engaging? Is it relevant to what people are actually searching for?
Yeah.
It's like imagine a restaurant with amazing food,
Okay.
but their website is a mess, it's hard to navigate, and the service is slow.
Yeah. People are going to give up before they even get to the good stuff.
Exactly. Same thing online. If your website is difficult to use or your content isn't valuable, people will bounce, and that hurts your rankings.
So we've done our detective work. We've identified some potential issues.
Right.
What's next? How do we build a recovery plan?
Well, once you've identified the causes, you can start to address them strategically.
Okay.
And this is where it gets exciting because you can actually start to turn things around.
So where do we start?
First and foremost, fix those technical SEO issues.
Okay.
Site speed is crucial.
Yeah.
Mobile friendliness is non-negotiable these days.
Right.
And make sure your website architecture is clear and easy to navigate.
So it's like laying a strong foundation.
You got it. You want search engines and users to easily access and understand your site.
Makes sense. What about content?
Content is king, as they say.
Right.
You want to create high-quality, relevant content that directly answers user search queries.
Yeah.
And it's not just about stuffing keywords in there, it's about being a valuable resource for your audience.
Okay.
So think about the different types of searches people do: informational, navigational, transactional.
Right.
And tailor your content accordingly.
So understand the intent behind the search, not just the keywords.
Absolutely. And for businesses with physical locations, don't forget about local signals.
Oh, great.
These are incredibly important for local SEO.
What kind of local signals are we talking about?
Making sure your business information is consistent across all online directories, encouraging customer reviews, engaging with your local community online.
So it's like putting up clear signposts so customers can easily find you.
Exactly. You want to make it as easy as possible for people to find and connect with your business, both online and offline.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah, we have.
We've talked about why rankings drop, how to diagnose the problem, and how to start building a recovery plan.
And I think the key takeaway here is that ranking drops, while stressful, are often solvable.
Oh, absolutely.
By understanding those underlying causes, you can take action and regain that lost ground.
And I think for listeners who are maybe feeling a little overwhelmed by all of this,
Yeah.
we have a fantastic resource, the GMB Crush 30 Days Ranking Challenge.
Absolutely.
Can you tell us a little bit about what that challenge entails?
Sure. It's a step-by-step framework designed specifically to help businesses diagnose and address ranking drops.
Okay.
It breaks down all these complex concepts into manageable actions.
So it's like a roadmap to recovery.
Exactly. It gives you a clear path to follow so you're not just guessing or feeling lost.
Awesome. So the key takeaway here is that ranking drops are a normal part of the online landscape.
They happen to everyone.
But understanding the causes empowers you to take action.
Right.
And remember, continuous improvement is key. The online world is dynamic. It's always changing.
You always got to be learning, adapting, trying new things.
So stay curious, keep learning, and don't be afraid to experiment.
And for a more in-depth dive into all of this, check out that GMB Crush 30 Days Ranking Challenge.
It's a fantastic resource. You got this.
You do.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
My pleasure.